James Kaufman, World News Report today, September 15th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. The USGS is reporting a magnitude 6.5 earthquake off the coast of Canada at the default depth of 10 kilometers. We will move in to take a look here, folks. Looks like it's part of the Cascadia Subduction zone. This is the Juan de Fuca plate here being pushed under the North American plate by the Pacific plate. And as the Juan de Fuca plate is pushed under, it forces magma to the surface in both the Cascadia volcanic range right here that includes Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Mount Hood, and others, and also pushing magma to the surface in the Snake River caldera, the Yellowstone caldera, etc., etc. This is a mighty big earthquake for this area with an associated tsunami warning, and we will check the National Data Buoy Center to see if there is or was a tsunami created. Heading over to volcanoes and earthquakes.com, we've got some really strange information coming through here. Canada is the main source here, and they came in at a 6.0, while the French, always very, very low, came in at a 6.1. So Canada is definitely downplaying this. We definitely had an aftershock that was very large there as well. Definitely associated with the Juan de Fuca plate being pushed under the Cascadia volcanic range, i.e. the Cascadia Subduction zone. Wow. Let's get some detailed information. Here we have again at volcanodiscovery.com a very strong 6.0 earthquake 351 kilometers northwest of Vernon, Mount Waddington, British Columbia. That was about an hour and 45 minutes ago. Let's see what the different agencies have to say. Now, they're using Canada Natural Resource Department as their main source, and they're saying it was a 6.0. They don't have a depth. They're using a default depth. They're saying it was not even one atomic bomb worth of energy released. If it was a 6.5, that would be, well, 50 times stronger than the 6.0 being reported here. This should be interesting. We have Canada coming in at 6.0. The International Research Institute on Seismology at 6.5, following the USGS as always. We have the Europeans coming in at 6.5 as well. The Germans at 6.2. The Australians at 6.5. It's like this was a 6.5 earthquake. We've got the French coming in at 6.1 that tells you it was stronger. We have the Italians coming in at a 6.4. No one has a depth. The Italians are saying only 2.7 kilometers in depth, which would be, well, very strange in that area. And we have the USGS also coming in at a 6.5. I think Canada intentionally underestimated this quake. Meanwhile, we have 3 earthquake buoys or tsunami buoys in event mode. Let's take a look. Station 46415. The event looks very small. We will look at some detailed information. We have buoy 46416, a very small event. We will look at some detailed information. And finally, buoy 46419, a very small event in red here. We'll also look at that information. Ladies and gentlemen, even though these are all in event mode, this looks to be inches. So a tsunami was in fact created, but it was just a few inches high, under 6 inches. I don't think it's going to be a threat for anyone. We'll check and make sure with the other 2 buoys. Over to station 46416, we see the same thing. Very, very little movement. It looks like about 8 centimeters, just a couple of inches at best. Nothing to be worried about, but there was a tsunami created here. Finally, over to buoy 46419, we see that same event, Same timing. We have about 10 centimeters maximum of a tsunami height here. So I'm thinking not a huge event, but that was a very large earthquake there on the Cascadia Subduction zone. All right, back to the USGS. In summary, we have a very large 6.5 magnitude earthquake with an associated tsunami, not tsunami warning. They don't quite know the depth. The Italians came in at only 2.7 kilometers of depth. Everyone else used the default depth of 10 kilometers. And ladies and gentlemen, this one's way too close to home for many of us. If my friends in Washington State or Oregon felt any of this from this very large earthquake, please let me know in the comments below. With that said, folks, keep an eye on the Cascadia Subduction Zone. It's ready to go. Share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.